What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, hey, we've got England versus India, the third T20. Now look, we're not going to waste too much time on this one. England did win, but with all due respect, we don't care that England won. The series was won by India, and there was an incredible century hit in this game, which was the highlight of the game, in my opinion. It wasn't worth getting man of the match, though. Make that make sense to me. You hit the second highest score in T20 history, and you can't even get player of the match. Make that make sense to me. But hey, if you guys are new, subscribe. Just subscribe if you like cricket. I mean, we're here. We're going to go through it. We're not going to waste too much time on this one. Player of the series was the man Bhuvi Kumar. Bowled beautifully all series. No surprise. And player of the match, which we just went through, but Reece Topley, who... don't get me wrong, bowled very well. But I tell you what, if you asked me, what would I rather? 3 for 22 off 4 or 117 off, 60 odd? I'm going to go with the century. So, interesting decision there from the English, whoever decides that. But I guess England did win the match, so you have to give them an award once or twice. All right, let's go through it though. The Englishmen, they were up to bat first. A very nice deck for batting conditions. That's for the least to say. It was a very healthy batting track. Jason Roy into open 27 off 26. Butler just hasn't been his series, has it? It just has not been his series against the Indian bowlers. Of course, won the orange cap and would feel pretty confident going against, I'd say, all of these bowlers at the moment that he's faced, for an entire season. Just hasn't been his series. Dawid Malan, though. Someone had to do something for England. 77 off 39. They've brought him up the order to number 3 as well. 6 fours, 5 sixes. He was really, really good. And this is the potential he holds. This is the number 1 T20 player in the world. Not anymore, but at his best, that's what he can produce. So, well batted to him. The man, Phil Salt, who I have not seen play much cricket recently. The big hitter himself, Phil Salt, he went out for 8, so we might not see him again. Liam Livingstone, 42 not out of 29. Again, another one. They just needed someone to literally just try and score some runs. And they relied on both of their, a current Punjab king and an ex-Punjab king of Dawid Malan. I tell you what, they're running the English show at the moment. 42 off 29. Moeen Ali, he went for a golden duck. Harry Brook right down the order for 19 off 9. And Chris Jordan run out 11 off 3. So look, 215. Doesn't matter what, what venue you're playing on. Anything over 200 in a T20 is always a big, big, big chase down. So hey, India, batting second, you would have went in confident as well. You know what? You probably would have wanted to bat first on this sort of pitch, but it was still definitely chaseable. They got close, didn't they? But to be honest, we're only here to talk about one innings. Let's go through it. Well, let's go from the top. We have to go from the top. Rohit Sharma, wow, I don't know what to say, to be honest. The skipper, he went for 11 off 12. 2 fours. It's whatever. We move on with that. Rishabh Pant, still in that opening position. Look, went for 1 off 5, but I hope that does not end the trial of this experiment. I hope they keep trying it, because Rishabh Pant as an opener is one of the most dangerous things you'll see ever. Him as an opener, standing alongside Rishabh Pant and then Virat Kohli to come in at 3 is just scary. Now, look, we know what's been going on with Virat and Rohit. They haven't been in their best form the last 3 years, let's say, but... well, for Virat, the last 2 years. Rohit, probably the last 12 months. But it doesn't matter where you are, what year it is. That is always one of the most dangerous number 3, top 3 you can get ever. But hey, you know what? We don't care about those top 3, respectfully. We're here for the man, Suryakumar Yadav. 117 or 55 flippin' deliveries. 14 fours. 14 fours and 6 sixes, a strike rate of 212. His best knock of his career by a long way. The second highest knock, I believe, in T20 history, international that is. And I also believe, if I'm right with this stat, it is the highest score made by a number 4 in T20 international cricket. I think that's right. I seen a stat like that on Twitter last night, so I'm going to run with it here. So, hey, congratulations to the man Sky. I mean, he just locks his position in at number 4 for the World Cup. I feel like he was already pretty much locked in to the team, but, you know, there was guys like Ishan Kishan, even Iyer, who played in this one, who definitely could have taken his spot if he was in bad form. Deepak Hooda, Samson, like, there's a lot of quality number 3, number 4, number 5 batsmen who are just waiting to come into this team. But Sky, he just says, no. No. I'm not going anywhere. You're going to lock me into this team. I'm a future captain of this country. Give me my respect. That's what he said. His words, not mine. All right, Shreyas Iyer. I mean, he actually, you know, the scoreline is not flattering, but he did really, really well to just stay out there, rotate strike, and build a partnership with Sky. That's what he did really well. So disappointing to go out, but I still think Iyer has a position at the World Cup. I really do. 28 off 23. I mean, it's going to be difficult. You know, he hasn't played, I don't know, any cricket in Australia before, like maybe some Australian A matches. You know, he obviously would have played some T20s and maybe an ODI, maybe in Australia, but that's really about it. So I'm just so, I say this every video, but I'm seriously intrigued about what India will do at the World Cup. There's no other team in the world right now that is more confusing than this India T20 11. Because you just don't know who they're going to pick and what 11's going to be picked every single game. So it actually does add for a bit of excitement. I tell you what, unfortunately, Dinesh Karthik, look, is the experiment over? No. I did see some people, you know, talking about it last night on Twitter saying, oh, what's Dinesh Karthik done? What's he done? You know, he's not doing anything, or this is why he was never good on international level. Like, he's batting at number 7, for God's sake. Like, I don't know what more people could want from him. Now, look, 6 off 7, not great. You know, when he got out there at the crease, he was out there with Sky. He did take a few deliveries up. But look, that is just cricket at the end of the day. You cannot hit every single ball and just rotate the strike whenever you want. That's not how cricket works. So he is still, in my eyes, like the best finisher in T20 cricket at the moment. So if I'm India, I am not removing DK at all. He will win you a game or two at the World Cup this year, I guarantee it, if you keep him there. So please, for the love of God, selectors, do not remove DK just because he's had a few interesting bad games. Like, no. Jadeja, he went for 7. Patel, he went for 5. Avesh Khan not out for 1. And the big fella Bishnoi got bowled right through the gates for 2. So look, England did get the win, but they lost the series. And Suryakumar Yadav hit a way better century than anything England did. So, I mean, let's go through their bowlers. The man David Willey, 2 for 40 off 4. Reece Topley, look, I mean, he must have listened to my last video where I called him, you know, one of the worst bowlers of all time. He actually looked, pretty good. 3 for 22 off 4. Richard Gleeson, 1 for 33 off 1. CJ, 2 for 37 off 4. Livingston, I do not know why they continue to bowl this man. He cannot bowl, really, at all. Like, he's a part-timer. The definition of a part-time bowler. Stop bowling them every match. A part-timer is someone who shouldn't be bowling every game. Like, a part-timer is someone who can maybe chuck in an over or 2 in Test cricket, or every, game now and then in T20 ODI when it's needed. I tell you what, England do not need Liam Livingstone bowling 2 overs, especially when you make their best spinner, Moeen Ali, only bowl 2 overs, 1 for 31 off 2. It was expensive, but I feel like I'd much rather bowl Moeen Ali 2 more overs than bowl Liam Livingstone 2 overs just to get smacked for 36. So, I mean, he's very beneficial in Indian conditions, Livingstone, with the ball because, it's slow, it's going to spin. He will do well with the ball in hand in, subcontinent conditions. But in England, hell no. Hell no. You're not going to do good bowling like that. But hey, all right, I guess that will cap it off We are going to move on and have a look at what is next for Team India, though. Obviously, the ODIs, which start tomorrow. So we only have a one-day break, and then we're straight into the ODIs. There'll be 3 of them, and then they'll go straight, fly to the West Indies. They'll play 3 ODIs there. They'll play 5 T20s in the Windies. Okay. Wow, I didn't think they were going to play that many. And then they're going to play some ODI cricket against Zimbabwe. Wow. Wowza. I mean, Zimbabwe, they better call me up and get me down there. Even if they don't want to pick me as a player, I will happily sit in the stands of Zimbabwe and support my national team, the man Andy Flower. Hey, that's going to cap it off, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. Look, England get the win. India win the series. Reece Topley somehow wins man of the match. And that's going to cap it off. Let me know your thoughts on the game, and I'll see everyone in the next one.